So, hi everyone! Today in this video, we're going to talk about another mental model that obviously has an important way that can be important to you in order to make you have a better way to see the reality and makes you so have a higher probability to be a better problem solver, which is something that I tend to say that increases your likelihood of being successful because you having higher ability to be a problem solver means that you have a higher probability to solve problems, and you see that uh, be a problem solver helps is like mainly uh, a thing that people wants to you, and then so in contribution in reciprocity by you satisfying some of the needs that the people have, they're gonna get you back their money by you providing things that helps them to solve their pains. And then so I expect you to already help me by subscribing and seeing posteriorly other videos to make you a better person. And then so that's gonna work in trying to educate you a bit more. And so what's gonna be the mental model that I'm gonna talk today? It's one of the most ones that I already have touched in a lot of videos in this channel, and is one of the most important ones to you to understand when you're gonna focus and spend your attention. So to understand where you should spend your attention in order so to create this, because we're going to talk about the competitive advantage. And what is competitive advantage? It's something that's mainly from the field of economy, and it refers to the unique and edge a business has over its competition. So that's why we talk about economy, because it tends to be perceived in the business world. And so what could be considered a competitive advantage? A competitive advantage is something with a certain specific assistance to be and have like a higher likelihood than other one that I could consider as my competitors to get a thing that we both want. So in the perspective of business, what do you think whole business want? Whole business want, they want to get profit. And then so a competitive advantage is whatever is the thing that makes a person or a company so having a higher likelihood to get profit than other one. And then so if you have ability to make this construction, you understand that profit is obviously defined by your ability to manage receives in comparison with costs, and then so generating more receives than the costs. And then so what could be something that could be a competitive advantage, something that probably helps me to generate my more savings than other ones, or generating less cost than other ones. So I could consider a competitive advantage me having a person that has a unique skill that contributes for the value that the people perceive in a product that I have, which so ultimately as well brings a higher likelihood of people so buying the product because it has a specific component that just so a person that I have in my company has the ability so to provide, and so, in comparison obviously with other ones. So imagine that exists someone that has skill to make a product solve a problem, has a cancer. Obviously, in the field that provides these type of things in healthcare, a company that's a help that has the ability so to produce a component that was kind of so created by a specific scientist, and then so obviously we have things that protect us to other ones not copy me. Obviously I'm going to have a competitive advantage because so I'm going to be able to provide the value for a segment that other ones will not, which so generates much more savings than other ones will not have, or will not be able so to match, because they will not have the thing that makes me have advantage over them, which so that's why we call it competitive advantage, because makes me have a hedge in relation to other ones, because and this hedge is like in terms of having a higher probability so to generate more savings, and in the world of business is mostly based or making more people wanting to buy me, or providing the same as the other ones at low costs. That's why most in the past a lot of the China was able to kind of not it's difficult to say what I will say, but it's it's almost can be said as outshined a lot of other companies because they were provided, they had the ability to provide the same as the other ones, the same products at the low costs. While the past example that I give is providing a different like type of product. So basically, how you can innovate in business, and it's something that can be as well seen in reality. Or you provide something different than other ones, so the other ones cannot match, and then so you're always going to be, in terms of valuable, objectively, you're going to be better than other ones, or you provide the same as other ones, you don't innovate, but you provide it at low costs, which so makes you create a type of product that you're going to sell that is lower in terms of costs than the other ones, and then so people gonna buy you in a higher likelihood, because a component that matters when people buy is the cost, and then you buy providing the same as other ones at a lower price, people so will have a tendency to buy you. So basically is that concept. Competitive advantage is something that you have hedge over competitions while you're fighting for the same type of thing, in that case for the clients that determines what whole everyone's wants, that is profit. But it's obviously it's something that has not just has to be seen in the business world like two companies. We have to see as well in academic fields. So we have a lot of people like employers or employees, that what they do, they seek and they have competitions, whatever is the CEOs of other companies, whatever is the other type of people that are kind of getting graduation, are getting education, and then so since all the top hires, you have all these competitions. You have all the competition, and people tend always to fight for the same thing. Resources is everything. In the what do we have companies that fight for resources, as like lands, as like food, as like natural resources, and then some other ones are stronger, and then always gonna try to, and they will be better. In the world we have like USA is stronger than him, because what is the comparative advantage of them? Probably being higher in terms of population than the majority of the countries. Even other ones have higher than them. What they have a comparative advantage in relation with them is because they are more developed, they have more like weapons, so they are always going to be stronger if exists a war, and then so they always have a comparative advantages if they will like exist tournaments to fight for a specific land. They will have a higher probability so to gain it, and then so that's why so it's important to understand that if we want to get what everyone does get, that is resources, whatever is the resource that they want, or energy, or money, or more freedom, because so I want to get as much money as possible to then so I have freedom time to do whatever I want, whatever is filled, whatever is the thing, you're gonna have always gonna have competitions. Mainly so the competition they competize by a price that is common of interest for everyone, and obviously if you want to get the position that is getting the resources, you mainly have to seek for building a comparative advantage, or you produce something the same as the other ones, but you're able to do it at lower cost, which so helps you to provide a better type of options for the in terms of business, or so for the clients that you're doing, or in terms of you being not someone as the employee, you're someone that's working, and then so you provide the same outputs as the other ones, but you do it in less time, is a competitive advantage, because if you both give the same time, you will produce more than other ones, so you're going to receive more, you're going to work well more perceived than people and bosses, and then so they have a higher likelihood to thrive in the business world, because you probably got get promotions. People get promotions, they get like higher probability to build networks, to gain more. There's a competitive advantage. You're getting more resources than other ones, because you're being better than them in one specific task skill. But then what do you have to understand? It needs time. We need to develop. Sometimes some other ones have a more giftedness in doing something, while other ones tend so to develop more. But then so what is important to understand is you have to understand competitive advantage. It's something that naturally has to be forged. You have to understand it. So what are the competitive advantages that someone as like in basketball LeBron James has? He had so to get exposed to the possibility of playing basketball, to be so understood that the people had skill. That's why we support, and people tend to support as children, they have the ability to test most things possible. Like that's why we like this the kids and having the accountability to kind of already be someone that has get like accountability to shows and already do fields to also choose a field where to specialize. That's why we like them to experiencing, having activities. That's why the schools, they don't start already like as most as they start walking. We have like prior time which we like them to experiences by writing, by start so getting knowledge in some sports. That's why we like it. We like them to have taste for the things that exist and see which so they're naturally are better things. That's something that we have to be supportive. We are not to understand that the things are not just work. No, the reality is a certain type of aptitude, naturally aptitude that some people tend to have in relation with other ones. But then so obviously which more they may experience, they quickly understand what's they're better, naturally better than other ones. And then so they obviously above this ground they work, mechanize, systematically train in terms of basket, so they understand they're a bit more athletics than other ones, which is something that's neat. They have like a bit better of touch for the game, things that are not just like they're not objectively you can see it, but you understand it, that the people subjectively they like more to do it. We have as well the perspective of like if you like the thing or not. And then so in terms of basket, you try to build the competitive advantages by being someone that has a higher ability to get so and put the ball in the basket. So by training, systematic, making a bit of algorithmic, so you train all spots in the court, and then so seeing and learning and your muscle to train their memory. That's so is something that's important because it's a thing that you have managed the effort, the force that you put in your hands to so put the ball in the basket. And so which quicker you understand it, more time you will have to build the competitive advantage that is having a better memory muscle and so higher probability to understand each position, each so spot in the court where is the first enough. And then obviously in the basket wins more the one that has higher ability to score points, and then one of teams is having the ability to manage the forces that you have to put in one shot to get so hit in the so the in the attempt, the field, the goal. And then so you need to understand first experience, wide, and then over the time, met so like a funnel that you go on, and so you should select areas which so you understand you're better than other ones, and obviously you understand scientifically thinking, hypothesis, try it, feed, foster with so what is the information of what so could be the best type of practice methodologies in your area, and then so you specialize in being the best one in that specific area, because it's the same as happens in business. So some type of companies they're better in healthcare, other ones are in technology, and they're specialized because they understand they cannot focus in everything because they will not be able to be the best ones. It's like a winner takes all. The best ones they tend to proportionally receive much more than the other ones that even being just probably slightly worse by not being the best. Companies and people they always want the best ones, and then so it's like just 20% of the companies that exist in each field are like the ones that receive 80% of the money that people want to spend in each specific field. And then so focus, be something that in the initial stage of your life have the ability to experience, and then so if like funneling to understand where you should like specialize over the time by having these touch points of where you better than other ones, or if you're able to do the other ones you're not just one that outstands, but if you see if you do it at lower effort. Then so I expect this video has helped you to be a better person, and see you in the next one.